Okay, so why do I love Christian Light Education? Firstly, don't change your curriculum just because everybody else is doing it. I promise you. You'll probably put yourself through more stress than making it easier for yourself. I will say, Christian Light Education is extremely easy from a parent who had no teaching degree, no idea how to teach. I was very scared in the very beginning because I didn't know if I could do it. And honestly, Christian Light Education makes it super, super easy for me. Now, I have heard great things about All About Reading. I don't know anything personally about it. The reason why I picked Spectrum as well, because I'm finding that both of my children need help with comprehension, and that is, Spectrum was what was recommended for comprehension. I'm not doing the whole book of Spectrum. I will do another in-depth video. I feel like I need to do it sooner rather than later. You can follow me over on Instagram as well. I'm at Stinsman Photography. It is my business page, and I do share homeschooling stuff there as well. STINSMAN Photography, and I will share a whole bunch of content there as well for homeschooling. But the comprehension in Spectrum is much easier than, I would say, Reading 101, Christian Light Education. I literally just figured out this week that I think the Reading 101 is too long of stories for my technically third grader to really pay attention to. And myself and my husband always had trouble with comprehension in school anyway, so we kind of knew something was going to come about with this. So I found Spectrum. I went to Barnes & Noble and literally looked through it, and it was perfect. They have short stories. The Spectrum one is like the pictures, and it kind of has a little sentence or two of a story, and it has the questions underneath that you should be asking your child for the comprehension. The level 2 is like a half a page story and then the comprehension. Okay, so this is the one I'm doing with my technically third grader right now. It is a second grade. We started with this because Barnes & Noble had this in stock, and they did not have the Spectrum in stock, so I ordered that off of Amazon. But these stories, he's doing great with. A lot of them I am reading to him so that we can really get a good grip on the story, and then there's questions. There is a few things that's like putting the story in order, which is great for comprehension as well. He's definitely doing so much better with reading and comprehension since we started homeschooling. Technically, when he did his assessment by the state, we were in public and then we went to private Catholic school, the assessment said that he needed immediate intervention. And I do notice that he is technically behind his grade level or his age, but I completely understand because I was never great at standardized testing either. So this one has been really good to get started. Okay, so I figured I'm just going to open up the books now. So then we started with that, and technically when you're halfway through the language arts of Christian Light Education, you go on to Reading 1. We started this, and we are on a 3-day week schedule for homeschooling. So reading these stories, they're great stories and he gets through it, but it takes about a half an hour to get through the story. So it's a small book, big words, but it is, I think this one's 7 or 8 pages. Yeah, it's a long story. And he is just not grasping the whole thing. Like, it's too long for him. And because we are on a 3-day a week schedule, like if we're doing Monday, then Thursday, Friday, catching up on Saturday, Sunday if we need to, I'm forgetting a lot of the story, or he's forgetting a lot of stories. So that was a downfall of this. We might come back to this once we finish this one, the Spectrum reading. So with the Spectrum reading, they are shorter stories, still lots of comprehension questions, mark true and false. Like, this is definitely on his level right now. And with I'm gonna grab, oh, there's an answer key in the back. Forgot about that. Let me grab level 1 and show you. Okay, so this is level 1 that my first grader is doing, and he's flying through this. So they are pictures with 1 or 2 sentences, and the red is like what I ask him for the comprehension. I'm not doing this side. We are doing like, which one's beginning sounds, ending sounds in Christian Light Education. I will say it's the Christian Light Education Learning to Read, which is technically the bridge between kindergarten to first grade. I will say it's a lot more in depth than this. So this has 6. That one probably has 15 to 16 of these questions of beginning, ending. We were just starting long vowel, short vowel with him, and he had never done that before. My older one either doesn't remember long vowel, short vowel, and that took him a while to get. He does remember like digraphs and root words and suffixes and all of that. So it's a lot of gaps that I felt he had that I put him back in a level. So that was much longer than I thought it was going to be. I hope that made sense. I hope it gave you a ton of information. I'm going to record a video now and post it so that you can see the difference between the grade 1, grade 2, reading 101, and what was the other one we were talking about? The Christian Light Learning to Read.